So we're not on the record. When's the last time you used marijuana?
I haven't used it since December.
No, I mean, unless something is wrong with the laws of
Right.
physics and the time continuum has changed, you should not be positive for marijuana if the last time you used is in December. So let me just tell you something right now. You're on probation out of this court. If you want to continue to use marijuana, you're an adult, that's up to you. But using marijuana while you're on probation is not allowed. It's against your conditions of probation. And guess what? You may or may not end up going to prison for 10 years. And when people ask you why you're at the prison for 10 years, you can tell them because you wanted to use marijuana. And I'm sure at the prison, there's a way that people can make their marijuana. I know there's a way that people can make their alcohol if they so choose to imbibe, but you will be at the prison. And guess what? At the prison, you don't have to worry about catching but one bus. And you know what that bus is? The bus from the jail to the prison. So I am not going to tolerate any more excuses from you, because if you can find time to do marijuana, you can find time to get to Universal City. I don't want to hear this nonsense about I had to walk from Universal City to Converse, because guess what? Those are consequences from being on probation. You need to get a job, and in your job, you need to include reporting to probation and doing your treatment. You should have been done with treatment, but no, you're missing classes. Any other place, guess what they would have done? Maybe issued a warrant for your arrest instead of having this conversation, and you'll be taken into custody and you will be brought out wearing orange or red, whichever category they put you in. Do you understand? And if the roommate you're living with is allowing you to use marijuana where you all live, then that's not a good roommate. But I am not going to tolerate any more nonsense with you not following through on what you need to do. This is the last conversation we're going to have, the last compliance we're going to have. If I get another report and everything is in order, I'm going to sign it. And when I sign it, it's going to be for a motion to revoke. You will have to make bond. If you don't make bond, you'll be brought over and we will hear the allegations. Either they're going to be true or not true. And if they're true, you're looking at potentially 10 years in prison. So it's up to you to make the decision of whether or not marijuana is worth 10 years of your life, potentially, or 1 year, or 5 days. You understand? So do not come back here before trying to get tea and sympathy for me. You understand? All right, good luck to you. On this case, we were here to get an update from Veterans Treatment. Where are we?
Your Honor, the last time that Mr. Caroline was here, I was unfortunately out, but Ms. Ruiz talked to everybody.
Mhm.
We do know the extenuating circumstances of him being in custody, of course, but also his homelessness. The biggest thing that was requested back the last time was his DD 214.
Mhm.
We still do not have a copy of his DD 214. The other biggest issue, I'm running into issues with the assessors getting into the jail to do an assessment.
Okay.
We were able before to kind of maneuver with courtrooms like we've done in the past with you, Your Honor. However, we're still not really able to do that now. So right now, we do know, I did look him up in the system. He qualifies in the fact that he was a veteran, he did serve. There's just, we can't hit those blocks of the assessment because of the restrictions right now of him in custody.
All right. So if we make arrangements for him to be in court, are you able to do an assessment?
I can, Your Honor. We're probably looking at
Because of the nature of his offense, I just can't release.
I'm with you. I'm
Yes.
with you on that one, Your Honor. Let's see if I can look at the calendar.
Sure. So, Mr. Caroline, we're trying to get this solved,
Yes, ma'am.
and it's logistical.
Yes, ma'am.
But it's a good thing it's military, because military is good with logistics.
Yes, ma'am. Your Honor, I could get one of my assessors here the week of the 26th, which is the last week of February. I
All
have
right.
them stacked right now the next 2 weeks, and then if I can speak with Mr. Caroline, get a few more things today, I can try to see if I can look them up in the DOD system.
Okay, so I know we're doing jury selection on a specially set case on the 26th, but I say that because he could be here on the 26th and they'll make it happen.
Correct.
But the 27th, those dates, a jury will be selected, and so we may not have a jury room.
Okay,
So if he's available on the 26th,
I will make it work.
all right, so Deputy Laura, can we have him here on the 26th?
You want to be present, Judge?
Do y'all need him?
No, sir, we do not need you, just need the veteran.
As far as I'm my obligation, am I through today, Judge?
Yes, you're done today, and then they're gonna let me know. We're gonna bring him over on
Because
the,
he's got probation, it's just a question of whether or not the veterans.
well, I haven't ruled on his probation yet, so I haven't done that. So Veterans Treatment Court, once they let me know if he's accepted, then what will end up happening is he will be with Veterans Court. I can tell you, the state offered him probation. I'm inclined to follow that. I just want to set up services for him so he doesn't fail.
I just wanted to know whether or not I could do a voucher today, send it in, or should I wait?
I think you should wait because he hasn't been sentenced, and we're still going to need you to come back. Yeah. So, but not on the 26th. On the 26th, it's just for them to interview him, and then they're going to tell me a date, and then we will let you know, Mr. Seelaw.
Okay, thank you very much. You'll call me or email.
Okay.
For my appearance? No.
In defense,
And are you Mr. Carney?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
All right, you entered a plea to count one. You entered a plea of no contest to the offense of aggravated robbery. Punishment is to be assessed at 10 years in the prison. There's an affirmative finding of deadly weapon. The state is opposing your application for deferred adjudication. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report, state?
yes, sir.
Defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objections to the PSI report, state? Defense?
No, Your Honor.
Any witnesses, state?
No,
Defense?
no, Your Honor. Only allocution.
All right. State you're opposed,
Yes,
and why?
Your Honor, it's mainly due to the defendant's criminal history. He does have 2 prior felonies here in Bheard County. And he does have an extensive history out of the state in Louisiana. So mainly on the criminal history, Judge.
All right. Defense?
May I present his allocution in writing? I've shown it to the prosecutor already.
And no objection, Judge.
All right, yes, you may. And just give me a moment to read this.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Callahan?
Your Honor, there's a mental health factor in this case, and you can see that in the PSI. Draw your attention to page 9. If he would profit, and so would society if you would give him supervision. He's motivated because now he has a child to change his life. He's also pushing 40. That's another motivation. The victim in this case was not injured, was threatened, but not injured. And his property was returned to him. I asked the court to consider deferred adjudication with mixed supervision. In the alternative, I asked for 180 days in jail before the imposition of deferred adjudication. I think he would like to say a few words to the court himself.
All right. Would you like to speak? Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Name is Claudel Dwayne Kearney.
All right. Defense?
May he narrate, Your Honor?
Yes, if there's an objection from the state. You may.
Your Honor, I know what I did wrong, and I'm terribly sorry for disrespecting the court by coming up in this place. And I recently lost 2 jobs, and I was hit by an 18-wheeler inside of an Uber, and that's how I lost both of my jobs. And I venture off to go into the streets. And that was my intention was not to, this guy was my friend at first, and it wasn't my fault that I got hit by this 18 wheel and lost both of my jobs, but I just want to say that if I could right my wrongs and to try to pay restitutions, and furthermost, I just recently found out I have a child, man, and I came all the way from New Orleans just to try to find her, and I found her. And I deeply apologize, Ms. Boyd, if I know my record is bad, and I'm a good person. I come from a military family, and it's about accountability and holding myself accountable. If I'm wrong, I know what I did, but if I can fix it, man, I have one chance just to fix it. That's all I'm asking.
Anything further?
And recently my brother just passed away, who I stay with. He went to sleep and never woke back up. He had a heart attack. And my little cousin, I just missed both of their funerals, man. I'm sitting in this jailhouse and I'm realizing how many people is passing away, and time does not stop when you come to a place like this. And m- I'm tired of my conscience is eating up at me for what I did wrong. But this the hand that I had chose, this the bed that I chose to lay in. And if I can fix it with the victim and help him out as well to try to pay it forward, man, I will, and I will be sure to do that and try to. And also, I don't have the one to look after my child no more, man. My brother was there for her. He was a school teacher, and I come from a nice, beautiful family, man.
So because you come from a nice, beautiful family, why are you here?
I'm here.
No, I mean, why are you? Because I've looked at your criminal history. Why are you say you have a military family, you say you come from a good family. So I don't understand why you're making the choices that you're making in your life. Why are you making these choices? Because you had a choice.
Yes, man.
Buy your phone or take somebody else's phone. You chose to take somebody else's phone.
You know, the crazy part is I had a phone on me that day, man. I had my own phone.
Yeah, so that's why I'm trying to figure out why you're making these choices.
It was a foolish mistake.
And how old are you?
I just turned 38, man, November 15th.
Right, so there are no excuses. Like, what's the excuse for taking a phone and you say you already had a phone?
We had me and Mr. Ted, we had got into it, and it was a foolish mistake. I should never did it.
No, it was a choice, not a mistake.
Yes, man.
So I'm trying to figure out, why are you making these choices? You tell me you come from a good family. You have a military family. You now have a daughter in your life and you came all the way here to find your daughter. You find your daughter and then you're making these choices.
Yes.
So I'm trying to figure out why.
Okay. I had lost my job, both of them. I was working at Taco Bell in a Ford warehouse, man. And me and my little brother, the one that recently passed away, got into it, and he put me out, and I really didn't have nowhere to go. I was on the streets, man.
What about your sisters?
My sisters, once I have 9 brothers and sisters, once you do one person something wrong in my family, the entire family mad at me, and I didn't have nowhere to go, man. And I went back to the streets, and that was the worst thing I should have never did in my life, man.
All right, is there anything else?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Nothing to say, Judge.
All right, what are you requesting?
Nick Miles supervision, Your Honor, and deferred adjudication hence. But in the alternative, 180 days in jail as a condition of deferred adjudication.
And state, what are you requesting?
We're opposed to the application for deferred adjudication. We're asking that it was a 10 opposed that you oppose that.
Okay. All right, probation.
Yes, Judge.
And this is just because I love to have more information than not information. This is not saying I'm going to rule one way or the other. Can you explain why DDRF is saying that he does not meet their targeted population, but according to the report I'm reading, it says in 2003 he was in DDRF.
Your Honor, those are reviewed on a yearly basis, so in 2003, he may have met, and now he does not. I'll look more into the case. Can I have a name, please?
It's Claudel Carney. All right, everyone have a seat. I'm gonna think about this.
May I address the court vote?
Yes,
It's 2022, 23, not 03.
2003. All right. Thank you.
If the dog any